Hey, Erica is looking for a second date update with a guy named Darren. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. You sound depressed or stressed. I can't
or
tell
down
which.
a little, yeah.
You sound a little down.
The tone.
Well, yeah, I met Darren and I really enjoyed him, and now I haven't heard from him, and so I'm just really curious.
All right. Well, let's start from the beginning then. Tell us how you met Darren, and then we'll get into the first date and all that.
Sure. Okay, so we met on Christian Mingle online, and he was just so nice. We chatted a little bit there first before meeting up in person, and then when we did meet up, we went to Panera, and we just got lunch, so it was very casual, very simple. But we ended up sitting there for 2 hours pretty much, just talking about all kinds of things, and I really learned a lot about him in those 2 hours. He told me all about his family, and he's very close to his family, and I love that because family is just so important to me too. And I live really close to mine, and I get to see them all the time, and I think that they would actually really like him, and that's my family has to like my partner. That's a deal breaker if they don't. So, I've been out with a few guys lately that I could just tell that there's no way that my family would like this guy, but Darren was just sort of different. I know my mom would like him, and he's smart and grounded and successful. So he's in management and retail, and he told me that he really loves what he does, which is so refreshing to hear someone that is actually passionate about what they do and excited, because it's just not really fun to be dating someone who doesn't like their job.
You want to date somebody that's happy in all aspects of their life.
Exactly.
Before you get a hold of them, right? Because you don't want them. Well, you don't want them depending on you to make them happy, because in the end, you can't.
Right, and honestly, he was really checking off all the boxes, for what I'm looking for. And I thought that he was thinking the same thing about me. I really didn't get any sort of indication of anything being off. So now, here we are. I haven't heard from him, and I'm just so bummed and confused. And I just want to hear from him, what happened, because I really don't know. And I haven't heard from him at all. The only thing I've tried is I texted him 2 times. I texted him once just to thank him for lunch, and then the other was this silly meme about Mondays. Here it is Monday, and he never responded. But I don't think I sent him anything offensive. It was just supposed to be cute. So I need your help.
So all you had was the one date at Panera, and you felt all these strong feelings for him on that date?
Yeah, that plus we chatted for a lot, before we actually met up in person. And then when we met up in person, it was oh, you're exactly like the person that I thought you were, and I'm excited to continue to get to know you. Yeah, of course, we've only been on one date, but we were there for a while and really chatted about it wasn't just very surface things. We got into some really good conversations, and so do I think he's my husband forever? No, not yet. Of course, I'm not saying that. I just want to get to know him more because I really thought we hit it off.
All right. Well, I don't have any questions, guys. You did a pretty good job at
filling in all those gaps.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense why he's not responding.
Right. Well, why don't we take a break, and when we come back, we'll call Darren. Okay. Let's hear him out, see what he has to say. I'll be curious to see, based on all these things, you really kind of soaked up a very deep impression of him, so I'll be curious to see what he thought of you.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Right? I know.
Well, I feel the same because I'm she's just so about him. And I'm okay, 2 hours at Panera. Maybe you can get that deep with someone, but we'll see.
Well, that's what Second Date Update is all about, is putting yourself out there. And we appreciate you doing that. And we will call Darren next with Jeff and Jenn, Cincinnati's Q102. Erica and Darren met on Christian Mingle, and they had a lovely lunch at Panera, and she sure did learn a lot about him. First off, Darren is one of those guys that her family might actually like. Sounds like they're a tough audience.
Are they? We're super picky, kind of judgmental.
They just want the best for me.
And they have very high standards.
Yes.
According to Erica, Darren is smart, grounded, successful, and passionate about what he does for a living. What does he do for a living?
Yeah, he's in management at a retail store.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, we're going to call him up and see why he's ghosted Erica, because Erica thought there was some real chemistry there, so she's confused as to why she hasn't heard from him. She texted him twice. There's been nothing. So if you're ready, we're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Hello?
Hi, can we speak to Darren, please?
This is he. Who is this?
This is Steve?
This is he.
Oh,
Who is this?
this is Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you, Darren?
I'm good. I've never heard of you, but I only listen to Christian music.
That's okay. We were just hoping you'd have a few minutes to chat with us on the radio. Would you be down?
What is this about?
We wanted to talk to you about a mutual friend who contacted us and was telling us about a date you two went on. Sounded like it was a lovely lunch, and she had a lot of nice things to say about you. And we wanted to kind of get your feedback on what you thought of your date with Erica.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Evidently, she texted you after the date, and I don't know if you've just been really busy or what, but she didn't hear back from you, and you know how these things go. You wonder if maybe you left a bad impression or something, or you said something wrong, and so she was kind of going over it in her head, and she's talking to us about it. And we thought, you know what, let's just call him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be mean or hurt anyone's feelings. Erica, she's very nice. I just question her judgment a little bit. Apparently, she has a Jeep with one of those soft zipper tops. And a few weeks ago, she discovered that someone was letting themselves into her Jeep at night to sleep in there. So she told me she had set up a camera and discovered that a homeless man was the culprit. And I guess he's been showing up every night, and he lets himself in there. He sleeps in the car, and then he cleans up the Jeep. And then,
I'm sorry, you're flying through this, and I'm trying to keep up. So you're saying that she drives a Jeep with a soft top that is easily accessible to anyone walking by?
Yes.
Okay, and you're saying that someone's been sleeping in it?
Yeah, there's been a homeless guy that's just been, making his way into the Jeep.
Like living in there?
Yeah, living inside of the Jeep. She had set up a camera to see exactly what was going on and realized that there was a homeless man that was letting himself in the Jeep and just sleeping in there.
Has she had any interaction with this person? Has she spoken to him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's told me that she's had no interaction with the guy whatsoever, and the only problem is, she's not doing anything about it. Quite the opposite, actually.
I'm assuming he gets up and goes amongst his day, and she can have the car to go to work?
Well, she's been leaving like snacks, fresh clothes, full-blown meals. She knows nothing about this guy at all. Who knows if he's violent or has a mental illness or anything. And to me, she's just encouraging his behavior.
So she's aware that there is someone who is regularly sleeping inside of her vehicle. This person is gone by the time she needs to use it in the morning, I guess?
Yes.
And she's been leaving him food and snacks and clothes?
It's like she's welcoming it.
Okay.
And again, she doesn't have any interaction with this guy.
Is he is he trash in the Jeep? What kind of condition is he leaving the Jeep in when he leaves
That's
it in
what
the
I was
morning?
wondering.
I mean,
like,
is he trash in the thing?
Or is he cleaning up?
I can't explain that. I just know that from what she's told me, he's been cleaning up after himself. I don't know what kind of mess he's leaving behind, but I just find it very unsettling. I just think that she needs to call the cops, but she swears everything is fine, and she believes she's doing God's work. And I worry that, what other kind of crazy ideas she might come up with in the name of God's work.
Well, let's ask her, Darren. We have her on the line right now, and she's had a chance to hear you out. Erica, care to respond?
Hey, Darren. Wow, I didn't see this coming at all. I thought that you respected what I was doing for Phil.
Oh, you know his name.
Yes, his name is Phil, and I left him a note in the Jeep introducing myself and asking him about himself, and he wrote me back.
Wow.
And he's a disabled vet, 44 years old. He's been experiencing homelessness for about a year, and he is sober and is hoping to get back on his feet soon, and expressed how thankful he was for my kindness, etc. So knowing that just validates my feeling around the whole situation. And I have to admit that, I'm a little surprised, Darren, at how judgmental you are about this. I'm just so disappointed. Here I am trying to do something good. I'm just trying to help somebody else. I'm just trying to be a good person. And here you're throwing that in my face.
I don't get the sense that he's throwing it in your face or even necessarily being judgmental. There does sound
basically saying that this isn't what God's work is, and I beg to differ.
All right, well, let's just ask him. Darren, you don't sound like a heartless person to me, but something about this bothers you. What is the issue here?
Right. I mean, there's so much stuff that's going on, and I would think that one of the things you don't want to do is let a complete stranger who you don't even know sleep in your car. I mean, you don't know if this guy has a mental illness. And just to take it back a little bit, that's okay. We just have different ways of doing God's work. I would have helped him find a shelter, maybe give him some job recommendations, but I definitely would not let him use my car as a motel.
Has Phil given you any reason to be concerned for your safety, Erica?
No, this is getting out of hand. Here I am so frustrated right now. No, I think I have good enough judgment to know that if this person was harming me in any way or worrying me in any way, that I would stop doing this. Okay?
Yeah, Phil.
And I wish you would at least give me a little credit here. I'm trying.
Well,
to
maybe give Phil the benefit of the doubt too.
And Darren, do you feel differently now that she has began a relationship with Phil? She's written letters. She's talked to him.
She's communicated.
It's not
with
just
him.
this stranger anymore. Does that change it?
No, it doesn't change it. I mean, maybe she should just date Phil.
Well, no. Okay, is this what's really going on here, Darren?
Oh my gosh, give me a break. If it does last, much longer than this, I will tell him I will find somewhere else for him to go. Okay, I'm just trying to help him right now.
Erica, you said that
I'm shocked that this is now the thing that's being thrown in my face that's being used against me. I'm really, truly shocked. I mean, like I said, I'm just helping another human being. Is that so wrong?
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. You've communicated with him. He hasn't given you any reason to fear for your safety. He's
cleaning up after himself,
leaving the car in good condition.
Yeah. And it sounds like you did a little research too. You had the camera out there, learned a little bit about it before you move forward.
Like Darren seems to think I am.
How long do you think you would allow this to go on?
Yeah, how long is the lease agreement?
Yeah. Like, is this something you said it's not going to last forever, but...
Do you have a hard stop?
Well, first of all, like I said, he is hoping to get back onto his feet soon. So I'm hoping that maybe pretty soon he might...
Do we know if he's taking any steps toward that?
No, I'm not. I don't have that much of a relationship with him. We just write letters back and forth here and there. Okay. But, of course, like another couple months is probably max.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say. I didn't even imagine talking about this today. It got brought up in our conversation at lunch, and I was trying to tell him, hey, there's this crazy story that's going on, and I'm just trying to do a good deed. Yeah, there's so many bad people out there right now. There's so many bad things going on. Is it so wrong to be a good person amongst all the bad? I mean,
Darren, do you feel better about it now that you've heard Erica kind of explain the way it's played out and her intention, how Phil has responded?
Well, listen, it's not about the intention. It's just, you don't know how people are, right? Right now he's doing this thing with sleeping in the cars, and what if he tries to break into somebody's home, or if he's doing that, then who knows what he's capable of? Again,
because it did start out as a break-in.
If you're looking to help somebody,
technically,
help them, right? Find them a shelter. A vehicle that is broken into is not considered God's God's work. It's not a good thing to do. And if you think that that's a good thing to do, then
Okay, Darren, I hear you. I don't need to hear any more. I got you. I'm not looking for a partner in life that's going to scold me for doing good deeds. So I'm good. I'm glad you told me this way. Thank you.
We do appreciate the explanation, Darren, and we appreciate hearing both sides of it. I appreciate what you're doing, Erica, and if it's working, it's working.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you got to follow your heart and your gut, and as long as you
I see
feel
both sides
safe,
of it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too, and it's so impossible to judge without knowing Phil. Right,
And you're right. The safe part, Jen, too.
It's we want you to be
Safety.
safe, and he has a point. We don't know what Phil has going on.
Totally understand Darren's concern.
Totally get that, and I totally get the kind heart wanting to help somebody in need.
I'm a little shocked that this guy Darren would ghost me and make me feel horrible about myself just because of this one thing that I have going on in my life right now. But it's just so weird to me. Like, we had such a great date otherwise, and this is why he's going to ghost me and make me feel so terrible. It's shocking. I'm a little shocked.
Well, Erica,
But it is what it is.
We don't always like the answer. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I found out, and honestly, I'm not even interested anymore. So that's good.
Okie doke. Darren, we appreciate you taking the call. Thank you for having this conversation with us. Best of luck to you, and Erica, best of luck to you and to Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. If you need our help with a second date update, send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CVG Airport. Fly healthy through CVG. For more information, go to CVG Airport /fly healthy.